Hi, Virgo. All right, how you doing? Oh, how am I doing? I'm okay. I'm okay. Ups and downs. More acceptance versus sorrow, so it's a good thing. I feel like this is crooked. Just a second. I don't know how to do it. Chair in the frame. So, oh my god, I just thought I saw a zoom in. Alright, Virgo. I'm going to do my best to read for you. And may I have the strength and awareness that we have help all around us, right? Okay. Want to take a big breath with me? Thank you very much. Let's look at your first grouping. Okay, we have the card of potential. It's really beautiful. Oh, with the Queen of Wands. Well then. Good. She's looking over there. What's she looking at? Trust. Okay. So you have to trust in your potential, Virgo. I almost want to, I wish I had the diction, well, not wish, I'll save my wishes for, other things, but, potential. I feel like maybe looking up that word linguistically could be helpful, right? What's the root of that word? So, potential speaks of just that, right? It's potential. It's not necessarily like the cat's on the counter. Just a second. Hey, come on. And ran into the abyss. Oh, whatever. So, Virgo. Potential is not reality, right? Now, how do we make a potential into a reality? Well, firstly, one has to have talent, right? God-given talent. Then one has to have opportunity, right? Opportunity to display or express or share. Right? There's some way somehow to put that out there. And then third component, and probably the most important, is one's own determination or drive, which I suppose has a bit to do with confidence, and also a place of feeling worthy of that which you have been given for talents and the opportunities, your skill set, and the opportunities that are within your life to share that, right? You have to trust that. Now, the thing about this trust card is sometimes this talks about where you have to go from one place to another place. You think sometimes like, oh, well, I don't know. This sand is very dry. And I heard sand in your eye, right? It's hard to see sometimes how far, I see reaching your talents are, or your abilities are, or your potential could be, right? Now, to me, sometimes this is, again, it's like a relocation sort of energy. Let's see what's connected to this trust card. Okay, the Four of Pentacles. So some of you are in, there's something that someone's, well, I saw the words afraid to invest. Invest. Right, when someone has a vest, it's like, you can tuck in there. it's a safe place, a vest. You're within it. It's like the kangaroo in the mama's pouch, right? So maybe some of you have to branch out in some kind of way to help you to understand more about what is possible. And then I just saw fruit on a tree, so there's something that, again, where the potential becomes a reality. Okay, maybe part of the exercise now is, okay, like we said, potential is not reality, right? We're not talking about anybody else here. We're only talking about you. And if you want a little hint, all tarot readings are exactly about you, even when they're talking about the other person, but you already know this, right? The point is that. So there was times where something was just, potential is like possible, right? Possible. You know, it's possible I could XYZ. Then I suppose you got to figure out one has to figure out what they need physically to make that happen, right? But it starts with a mentality though, right? Everything's an idea at first. Then again, we need the drive. I want to open up your next section. Okay, here's your opportunity. Can you see that? Opportunity right in front of you. Opportunity right here. Okay, what did we just say? Potential is an idea which has to do with your talents, what talents you have, right? You got to be aware of that. So we all can't be good at everything, right? Some people are terrible at things, you know? I can't skateboard to save my life. I just can't. Crack my skull open and die. I know that. I can feel that. Even when I get near that, I know I ain't even supposed to try that. Now, I like to try all kinds of different things. It's fun to me to try different things and to see what feels good, and of course it depends on your mood, right? But that goes back into the drive, the end part. But what we're talking about here again is talent, which you obviously have, very much so. Straight talent here. I also see other people supporting you in your talent, wanting you to trust what it is that you do, okay? Then from there we have the opportunity. Well, that's right here. And what is that with? Okay, Tower. So I guess this is the thing. Okay, say you have the talents and you have the drive, but you don't take up the opportunity. Well, that's a potential. I guess another potential would be, okay, one has the skill set, again. They have the drive to do it. And say for some reason, like, you thought something was an opportunity, but it ended up not being an opportunity. I feel like this is more past energy, honestly. Where it would be like a fear mentality, because it's connecting into this trust where you're like, well, can I trust myself to do this? Can I trust that this can happen? Now, I suppose with all of this energy, because we're going into this big structure here that we want to make sure stays solid, that you may need other people's perspectives to help you to understand what it is that you're working with. Support in different ways, right? As I sense that there's really a wonderful, again, because this opportunity with the Tower card could also be where an opportunity comes out of nowhere. Like, in a sense, in one sense or another. And it may be like where all of a sudden you start to feel really strong and determined again to do it. Because some of you could have, there's some, again, baseline here. But someone could be a little bit afraid if trust with this Four of Pentacles is like, well, Is it safe to do that? Do you know what I mean? Is it... But if we line these up, what are we saying here? It's potentially trusting an opportunity. Hold on a second. Right? Wishes are like dishes. You want to make something happen? And you know you can? Then do it, right? What did we say earlier? Like, I was almost going to say, oh, I wish I had the dictionary right by me so I could look up what the true definition of this is. Now, the thing is it was right there. All I had to do was get up and go do it, right? Pick it up and participate with it to make it happen. So that, again, that physical action really, really crucial here. And actually, your moon coming up very soon has it connects to the the need to the wound is healing, and so again there's opportunity. Potsy. Potential. Boom. Adjective. Number 1, possible, as opposed to actual. Right? It's just possible. Number 2, capable of being or becoming. And this actually says a potential danger to safety. The potential use of can in I can go is what this says. Number 4, archaic, which means potent. Potential has potency, right? Number 5, possibility, potentiality. Looking at the investment and seeing what has little growth potential, right? What has large growth potential, long-term, I see long-term potential. Number 6, a latent excellence or ability that may or may not be developed. Oh, looky here. Grammatically, number 7, a potential aspect, mood, construction, case, etc. That's A, and B is the form in the potential. Big book. Let's open up your next card. Oh, we have embracing. So embracing the opportunity, Page of Pentacles. Okay, you have 2 moons here. They're both crescent. When you look up in the sky and the moon is a crescent moon, particularly if it's on your left-hand side, that's where the crescent be. I heard, please don't pass up your opportunities. What are your opportunities right now? What are the potentialities right now? Where is it that you could stabilize, or how is it that could help you to stabilize on how to trust more about what's happening and where you're going, or where this is growing? This is moving in. There's something about the environment. The environment shifting. What's this extra one? I mean, I wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket, right? I wouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. So how can you go about what you're trying to achieve without putting all your eggs in one basket? And I suppose that which you don't trust fully yet, but you recognize that it's an opportunity. What is it that would need to happen to make the situation feel more secure? Okay. I guess it would be a good time in practical measures to hold on loosely, but don't let go. Right? If you cling too tightly, then you lose control. Right? You don't need to white knuckle anything. Say you are there's a potential to start something like brand new that you, again, I don't know if we're being redundant here, but we need to talk about it, I guess. Say there's a potential, again, for you to create something. I feel like whatever that is, you kind of you want to check in with what it is that you already have in relation to the physicality of what you're trying to create, right? For instance, let's make an example. I saw someone with a camera. It's like, okay, say someone wants to, how do I explain this? Let's put it this way. Usually whatever it is that you are meant to create, you already have mostly what you need to do it. If you have to go and get all these things like you have to get all the things to make it happen, then you're probably pushing yourself too much in one way. You see what I'm saying? I suppose if your opportunity could possibly also come from nowhere, like, or out of nowhere in a certain way where it's like, oh, here's an opportunity. You'd probably have to put yourself out there some way, somehow, and embrace whatever it is that is within you emotionally that scares you from where you're shy, or because it's natural for you to feel alone. Right? You're separated. You're like the man in the cloak, right? The hermit on top of the mountain holding the light of eternity. It's a lonely job. But the thing is you're not actually that, at least at this point. Your soul may remember that, but the full scope of what you can be, I suppose, can encompass different things. So in this opposite time, and happy opposite birthday, I see, please embrace that which, any feeling that is, anything that's been stuck, right? That's a bit of what this embracing card speaks about, is where there's either an overflowing of something, but one has to open up to be able to be like in the environment, again, in the right environment to be able to pick it up. I would also ask yourself why you're trying to do what you're doing. Just give yourself a good gander in there. I would also say, what is it creatively that you are just so good at? You don't have to change that. You know, I would also probably, I don't know, maybe you want to, I'm sure you have a lot of notebooks, so you write things down. You get a lot of notes, I always say Virgo has like a, you know, like a 12-story building full of old metal filing cabinets where like all your mental space goes. You know, it's a complex world in there, so don't forget to relax. But also understand the power, as you're ruled by Mercury, the power of writing things down, the power of just taking note of ideas. It can even be, I don't know, like just journaling or writing about what happens each day, like maybe where you went or where you'd like to go. Different times in your life. Maybe it's about a miracle that happened to you or something that you're working on forgiving, you know, because that emotional space is also going to help open up more opportunities to you. They may come so fast that you don't even know what to do. Some of you could actually have an opportunity to move to a new place as well. It's shifting to a new place. That moon is really big, you know? Seeing a really big moon. Action. Okay, what did we, all right, so we're going all the way back around. Let's close it out. Courage on the bottom. We'll take that. Maybe, okay, so you have skills, right? You got skills, Virgo? What are you good at? Then we have, okay, what are your skills? What are your opportunities? What action would you need to take to make it happen? I guess that's all you really need to know. Once you set that out, at least some sort of scope that goes into the future, you don't have to think about it anymore. It'll just make you crazy anyway. In this Pisces time especially, or whenever you find this, you get that mental out of the way, then you can go into this emotional space and start embracing more of whatever that is that's a little bit stuck, so that not only can you teach yourself what you need to know, but then you also become a very good teacher to help other people with their own potential. Maybe that's a part of it. Because it's a process of sharing, is what I'm seeing here. Did you hear the froggy? That was a tree frog. They're about releasing emotion too. And then they find happiness. I suppose it could be also releasing happiness too. You know, maybe that's been stored away a little bit because someone's been so serious about something, you know. And I suppose if you're in the place of taking a lot of action lately, remember this is also a time of going within and harmonizing, right? So it all lines up here. I feel like this is also now until May. I see the fixed seasons for you. So May, August, November. Okay, maybe you want to think about. And actually now over the next, I'd say, month or two, probably till spring, April, wherever you are, that's where you work on this trust aspect. Or again, what's needed to help you feel more trusting. Okay? Maybe it's about believing in yourself, you know? Virgo's one of the most self-deprecating signs. It's really, you and Saturn are really, really hard. Capricorn energy, really hard on themselves. But you particularly, because you're ruled by Mercury, sometimes you, even when you're so awesome, you don't feel like you deserve it, you know? But you do, like anybody else. Especially if you have the talent. And the drive. And if you do have both those things, don't give up either. I mean, check in with your expectations, whether you're being just hopeful or if you have like a outcome. You know, what do they say? Don't be attached to the outcome. You know, if you love to do it, to me, that's what the God-given talents are. Is like what you love to do. And you are good at it, you know? So I heard, don't forget how wonderful you are. And, you know, I suppose now is also a time to... I listened to this lecture the other day. We'll close like this, where, thanks, Sumi. You know, squad goals. Squad goals. You know, who's in the squad, right? Who's making it happen with you is also a part of it, right? Because no one can do it all alone. We're not supposed to be alone all the time. Or feel alone even if we're surrounded. You know what I mean? And remember, this is supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be fun. You're also a very serious sign. Oh my goodness, you're so serious. Yes, you're so serious. Whatever the trust is, whatever the confusion part is, I see there's such, again, success. Oh, did we mention that too? Sorry, I don't know if we finished that sentence. If you recognize that you love to do something, and it's healthy, right? You love to do it. And put some energy, put some action towards that. The opportunity will come if that is what you're supposed to do in relation to a farther, wider space, right? If it doesn't come, then the opportunity would just be you taking the time, oh, I'm going to make an opportunity for myself to make this happen, you know? And then so it goes, right? And then I heard you got to put yourself out there, right? We've been talking about you coming down the mountain for a while now. And I know it's hard. You know, Zumi's been telling all of us. You know, I know it's easier to be closer to, I don't know. It's hard to live on this earth sometimes, right? It's a complicated, weird place. But there's so much beauty in it, and share your love. If you're also wanting more unity, like more harmony where it's been disconnected or a little shaky, I suppose this is also where, again, trust is really important. And, you know, trusting in other people, I don't know, things like that, having more trustworthy people in your life, again, squad goals. Okay. I'm going to close it there because my head's starting to hurt, and that's enough. I love you so much. Thank you for being a part of this life. Thank you for all your love and support also. In closing, in relation to Azumi. She was like my magical guru, you know? Sometimes I think she was one. Even my name's Indian, you know, and maybe she was. I don't know. But the point is that I thank you. I know it's hard to change. But with all change, there is great opportunity that comes with that, and we have to trust and embrace that that is exactly what's happening. Okay? I wish you the best in whatever you're going through, and I will talk to you next time.